So we're going to tie together a few different ideas here right now. The other night, I was reading on a forum about snares in dubstep. And the snare is kind of critical because, it hits once on the 3 in general and kind of stereotypical dubstep. And people obsess over the snares. It's this thread that I'm reading. It starts in 2015, goes through 2018. And it's just this, like, people are going on and on about, like, getting this certain kind of snare. And part of me admires the nerdiness of that, and part of me thinks it's really effing stupid. But whatever, I sort of respect trying to get the right thing. So that's kicking around in my brain. And then I was listening to the first Distance record yesterday, and there was a song on there, like the perfect drums, and the snare was perfect. It was like crystal clear, and it cracked and echoed, and it just sounded amazing. And I was like, whoa, that snare sounds so good. And there's something to that. But ultimately I was thinking about the idea of, fuck snares. Like, the problem I have with the obsessing over the perfect snare is, my hypothesis is if I sit down to make work and I'm obsessing over getting that perfect snare that sounds a certain way, it does a certain thing, and I'm trying to figure out how to layer in the tail of another kick drum or blah blah blah, and what frequencies to cut and all of this stuff. I think that in being so obsessed with that end result of that snare, that I'm gonna miss out on every single cool sound I generated while trying to find that snare. I think that, if you walk into a club and you have a dream girl in mind and it's crowded and you spend your whole entire time trying to find that dream girl, you're gonna miss out on every other cute girl that's in the room because you're concerned with this one thing. It's sort of like you can't be super obsessed with the end destination and really enjoy the road. So to me, and this is the thing that's maybe important, I love that distant snare on that record, but I have no interest in finding it for myself. And the reason why is all my snares sound different. They all sound crazy. Sometimes they're a tom that's been detuned and messed up. Other times it's 3 claps that I screwed with to get a certain sound. And the reason for that is I want to react to what I'm making and make it coherent and fit. And to do that, I cannot be chasing a daydream or a fantasy of a perfect sound. And to me, that's boring anyway. If I can read something that tells me exactly what I need to do, what I need to sample, what I need to layer, what frequencies I need to cut, well, that's already done. I kind of look at it like this. If it's already been done, I can come back to it any old time in the 40 to 50 years I have left on Earth. So instead, I want to discover every other possible thing that I can do. And I think in doing so, I notice a lot of stuff. Because when I'm in there tweaking drums, all I'm doing is paying attention to what every little interval of messing with the reverb, the length, the high pass, the low pass, the pitch, the whatever, tuning, all of that stuff does to it. And I'm like sitting there I'm not after a perfect sound. I'm after a sound that grabs my attention, like, whoa, what is that? So that's obviously me and the way that I approach things. But I think there's a lot of people that could do a lot more interesting work and make much more of a dent and an impact if they spent more time focusing on not finding the perfect sound, but finding the sound that would make them go, whoa, that was sick, that was crazy, that was sick. And I'm gonna leave it with one last story. I was reading in a book about Robert Rauschenberg, and they're making a painting, probably like a screen print or something. He does a move, one move, and it's beautiful. And he goes, if I were Bryce, I'd stop right now, but never stop. And he's talking about Bryce Martin, the minimalist painter who used to be one of his studio assistants. But Rauschenberg is so relentlessly curious about what's just around the corner that he's always willing to kind of register, like, oh, that was cool, and then ruin it to see what else might be there. And I think there's something really exciting in that, and obviously that resonates quite a bit with me. All right, thanks a lot for watching. Leave a question or comment if you have one, and subscribe, please. All right, bye.